show called Pops, where we drop the knowledge on all the latest thoughts, from comics and movies, games and TV shows.
All right, I'm Bob, so let's talk about some comic book treasure hunts. Dig through your boxes, find those dollar bins, find some books that people may not realize that they even own. That's right. These is going to be the JC Penney reprint variants of different books that I think that could be of interest and kind of have sorted in price because who has these things? And if you have them, what kind of condition are they in? Let's go through the list. Let's find a few. All right, first up's going to be this beautiful X-Men 28, a reprint of the first appearance of Banshee. That's right, this little 12-cent comic book is really not. It came along much, much later, of course, but how do you know you have the reprint? Well, you flip it over and you see a Stridex ad on the back. That's right, so the Stridex ad's on the back. You've got a J.C. Penney reprint of this beautiful X-Men book that people will be looking for. So it's a good one to see, especially for folks that are collecting covers and things like that. This will be more in that kind of price point that people can afford. Like it's easier to find a copy of this for $15, $20, $25 than it is the original. So check your book, flip it over, see if this is one that you might have. All right, this one was so cool to see. Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos. That's right. It's a beautiful Captain America book with the action and chaos breaking out, like so 12 center that was reprinted, number 13. It's just a cool, cool book. But JC Penney's did a reprint on this one. Check out that back. Little Bic pens. That's right. The Bic pen ads are on the back for the JC Penney thing. You can see their little look at that. This took me back, man. I remember these pens when they first dropped. What a big deal it was to get these kinds of pens. So the difference is when Penny dropped these, they just had a completely different back cover. Super cool. Remember when these were out? And yeah, if you have this one, check that out. That's a good one. It's going to run you about 30 bucks already. This is going crazy looking for these things. So good condition, of course. That's like super, super good condition. But yeah. Who has these? Who has these? All right, this is one that should be easy to identify because, yeah, it has that gray border all the way around. That's right. The J.C. Penney reprint of Avengers 4, the first appearance of Captain America being defrosted, basically, and joining the Avengers here. This is a super cool book. I remember seeing something similar to this and thinking, I don't need it. I don't know. It's a reprint book. Yeah, silly me. Silly me. This book is skyrocketed in value because that gray edge is probably extremely difficult to find in good condition. So make sure you check that one out if you have it. That one could be run you a pretty penny. All right, this is one that's a little tricky because you kind of have to look for this 30th anniversary logo here on the bottom, which just seems like a direct to market. So this is one that you kind of have to be a little more careful on. X-Men 268, this great appearance of Black Widow and Cap with the X-Men here. That's alongside Wolverine. Great story, Jim Lee work, beautiful book. So if you see this 30th anniversary logo right there, you may want to do a little digging, make sure and see if that's one of the reprints or not, because that one is really cool and just a great book, just a super iconic book. And these are just beautiful cover books everybody wanted. So it was super cool to see JC Penney's recirculate. And this is what made that boom, I think, feeding and fueling the interest in comics was getting more things in the hands of kids and other people who wouldn't normally go out to a comic book store. So we've lost a lot of that. So great to see this one too. Show a video on this book because I got myself an original newsstand version of this series. This is that first Frank Miller Daredevil Spidey book. Oh, super cool. All right, the thing is, it's got that 30th anniversary thing here, but it's got this X-Men ad on the back. So it's got two things to look for. But yeah, if you've got one, it's got that 30th anniversary thing right there. You need to check this book out and see if you got one for yourself because these are hard to find. This actually came out through a JC Penney catalog deal. So super cool stuff that's out there that people may not know they have. So make sure you check your books. So something I just thought was a little bit different, throw this out there. Just didn't want to dive into just the same old, same old. So I thought I'd just come up with something. There's a lot of those 30th anniversary books, the things that are coming out and around that time, it's worth taking a look at. That 90s boom was huge. And it was great to see Pennies being part of that, helping people get things out there in 1993, putting a lot of these out there, kind of carried over into a couple years because it started as early as like 91, right? But things ran through Pennies with 91 and 94, I think, is when a lot of these were coming out. So a lot of them were taking off because people didn't realize that these versions even existed. So they could be sitting in some dollar bin somewhere. People don't even know. So anyway, hope you guys are having fun out there scavenging. Give me some ideas from topics we should talk about. I am Pops.